Hi everyone, this is Nick from Unique Writing Services. So as promised, this is our first video session from the fortnightly video series. So if you are a job applicant, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon above so that you get notified of the upcoming videos. Today, we are going to discuss the most important 6 tips for writing your powerful resume. The tips that will make you stand out from the rest of the applicants. Tip number 1 is to have the correct title on your resume. What that means is, remember you're applying for a job where there will be hundreds of other applicants. So to stand out from the rest of the crowd, you need to have the right title on your resume. Say for example, you're applying for a IT consultant position and the job description says IT consultant, and you are adding as a graduate in IT on your resume. That's not gonna make you stand out. So what we need is to show what you're going to bring to the company, how your resume is matching to that job role. So you need to have the exact title that the company is looking for. Tip 2 is to have the precise summary on top of your resume. Remember, you are applying for a position where there will be many other applicants. So the recruiter only gets few seconds, maximum 10 seconds to review your resume. So you need to convey why you are special and what you can bring to the company, just on top of your resume as a summary. Tip number 3 is to pick the right contents for your resume. Maybe you have 10-year experience, or you're a graduate with just an internship experience and a casual position maybe. But you need to be really careful on selecting the components you're going to put in your resume. As said before, the recruiter spends only 10 seconds in the initial screening, and you have very limited space of 2 pages to show what you can bring to the company. So when you select all the experience and all your skills so far, you need to be very precise on the best matching relevant skills and experience for the job role. You need to put only them. Tip number 4 is to prioritize and do the right order of your contents. Whatever you selected in step 3, you need to make sure you order them well and prioritize them well, so that the essence of your resume is conveyed in the most efficient way. As a rule of thumb, we put the latest experience just on top and in the reverse chronological order to your first experience. But maybe you are just a graduate and you have only one casual experience and an internship experience and your academic projects. In that case, what we would recommend to do is to put the most relevant ones on top. Sometimes that might be from your voluntary experience. So we put the voluntary as top and the rest of the things as follows. The key here is to show the most important thing at first, why you will be best fitting for this job role, the most relevant experience. Right, so far you have put the right title on your resume and the best summary you can write just underneath, and selected what to write and ordered them in the right sequence. Then comes the 5th point, that is to use the language of resume. Imagine your resume is going through a computer filter system before getting to any human being. That's called applicant tracking system, which is ATS. What that does is it screens your resume and tries to match that with the job description, be that on Seek or wherever. That job description is compared with your resume, and there will be few keywords what the recruiters or the company is. So what that does is it compares the job description with your resume. there will be few keywords which is a mandatory for the job role. You need to make sure these keywords are included in your resume. So where do you get that from? That's from the job description. So it is highly important to use the right language to write what you can bring to the company as well. That needs to be optimized to the ATS, as well as a second step, when this passes the computer system to the actual recruiter, then comes the actual language you write. Basically, to use the numbers as much as possible. We say the content is not genuine until it's backed with the numbers. For example, you can be writing as a team leader in your resume, but it doesn't weigh until you say you led a team of 5, 10 or 20 or 50 people. That's a quantity what we need. And another example, you might be a project manager and you want to apply for another job role, and you are just saying you made these projects happen, but until you specify what's the capital value, what's the figures, like was that for 100,000 or 500,000 or a million, what was the worth of the project, what was the dollar figures, that's what matters at the end. Until you put those quantities in, your content won't be relevant. So that's a fifth tip, to make sure you put as much as quantitative data in your resume so that your content is more strong and it gets the right attention from the recruiter. And the sixth and the last but most important tip as well, that's to present whatever you have written so far in the correct format, in a readable format. What that means is, it doesn't matter whatever you write, if it's not being read by the recruiter, you have no hope for the job, right? So you need to make sure whatever you write is in a readable format. For example, this resume has so much data in it, and this resume is more simple. But think from the recruiter's point of view, which one would you prefer to read? It'll be this one, because our lazy human brains won't dig into this one and try to find the actual content in it. This was readily there and it can be just read. So you need to present your resume in a way that the recruiter or whoever is trying to read that gets that attention and they just want to read that. Then you have more chances of getting in. So summarizing, have the right title, have the precise summary, and pick the right components for your resume, and write that in an ATS optimized way, and also prioritize them well and present them well. That makes you highly more probable for getting an interview. That increases your chances for getting your dream job. So if you do all these 6 tips, it not only saves your most important time of applying for jobs, which might be weeks or months, it also makes sure it also increases the chance of getting the job that you actually deserve. There is nothing more better than working for the job that you actually want to do, like to do. That's the best thing you can do in life. If you want any more information or if you have any questions, just contact us at info@uniquewritingservices.com.au or visit our website www.uniquewritingservices.com.au. Thank you for watching, and if you find it useful, make sure you like and share the video with other job applicants as well, so we can help more people. Thank you and stay tuned.